All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. So it's the time. Welcome to the last live stream of Laracon India, and this is gonna be the most exciting live stream because all people from all the energy gonna be part of this today's talk, today's live stream. So welcome everybody. My name is Vishal Rajpurohit. I am the organizer of Laracon India. Welcome to the live stream. Uh, about today, tonight is gonna be a different night. It's gonna be having a different conversation because it is not just about programming or programmers. It is about anyone who believes in the ecosystem which is built more than a code. Because we have all different kind of personalities joining us today. So, for example, one personality which is more about consistency and storytelling. There is another personality which is all about experiments, influence, publishing boundaries, going beyond boundaries. There is another personality which is about education, contributing, about gatherings, communities. So, like business, community, learning, influence, technology, all together is going to be part of today's conversation because all three legends are epic, full of energy. So, this is, I think, it's a conversation about everything surrounded by an ecosystem or a life of an artisan. So, I would like to welcome all my three friends, guests, and one of the best speakers on stage. Please welcome Eric, Nuno, and Harris.
What's
Hey
up? What's
guys.
up?
Hey, hey.
So,
Super excited to be here, man.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too. Me too. Me too.
Likewise, for sure. Thanks for having us.
one of the funny part is that we all are from different time zone. So,
True?
may I know
Yeah.
your time right now? What time is it there?
For me, it's 4 p.m. at the minute.
Okay,
6 p.m. for me.
And
4 p.m. 6
11
p.m. and
a.m. for me.
oh, great. Lot to talk, lot to chat, lot of things are happening in tonight's stream. But before that, I would like to set up the baseline so that we make sure that we talk about all different aspects. At the same time, we take the questions from an audience, and also we have some cool rapid fire questions as well at the end within time span of 45 minutes. So today we will have around 5 to 6 minutes on each unique points. So I have covered like 6 points about which we want to have a conversation, and then we'll have an interaction with audience. We keep getting questions, and then we'll go with rapid fire. So this is how actually I would like to go ahead today. And since we are four crazy heads of the same energy, so we want to make sure that we are in sync. So first section is about your personal journey and how did you start and all. Second gonna be about Laracon India. Third gonna be about community. Fourth gonna be about AI. Fifth gonna be about the future of engineering. And sixth gonna be your human side. So these are the six different points on which we want to talk about. So first, let's start from the personal journey. So I want each of you to introduce yourself, but in a different manner. You have to give your introduction with how did you started, not how in Laravel, but what was the hook in your life? What was that moment? What was something which made you feel that yes, you belong to this community? That kind of journey which I want to hear from you, something very unique, something fresh, which no one has ever heard before. So we start from Eric.
Oh man, you put me on the spot early. I like it. So let's see. So basically, I mean, I'll go back in time, like late 1998, 1999. I wanted to build a website for my family's motorcycle dealership. And
Mhm.
back then there was like not a whole lot of stuff on the internet, right? Because like you had to go to all these forums and things. And ended up finding PHP and, would just try to like build stuff using Dreamweaver. That was what I was using. And
Yep, I remember.
and then I remember there was a point where I had a bug in my Dreamweaver code because I would just have it auto generate stuff. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to learn this because I don't know what's broken. And at that point is when I sort of dove into PHP and was just basically just used it forever and never stopped using PHP. So that was sort of my initial journey into PHP, and then from there I went to CodeIgniter, and then found Laravel, and never left. Love it all.
But like, what is your first project which you are proud of? Like that, something like a hook moment, when you feel like, yes.
So the first project was actually the same time. The first project was a classified ad script. So this was before like Craigslist was really that big of a thing. Yeah. And you could go in there and list your motorcycle for sale. It was called Pre-Loved Motorcycles, and it only listed used motorcycles. I built the whole app basically with CodeIgniter, or with Dreamweaver, like I said. And then I was like, this is kind of cool. So I just was like, I'm going to try to sell it. So I sold it as a commercial script for about 3 years, I guess, 3 or 4 years. And that was my full-time job. And then from there, I went into, being a developer, for an agency. And then, that whole thing, that whole pattern that a lot of people go through.
Yeah, I remember the background of Dreamweaver was green. And before Dreamweaver, I used to use a Notepad++. And then I entered in Dreamweaver. And the best part about Dreamweaver was like you enter tab, and then for CSS, it comes automatically. That was not done before.
Yeah, it was amazing back then. Yeah, it had the 2 panes, it had the visual side, and then it had the code side. And, it was just pretty neat back in the day.
You organize your code in that zigzag format because you love having that code. So great memories. I have one or two important questions as well for you, Eric. But before that, I would like to give. I would like to go ahead with an introduction. Then we'll come back to you.
Sounds good.
Yep. Next, not Nuno. Let's go with Harris.
Nuno is the last.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Harris. I've been working with programming and everything since I was 18, maybe 17. When I started with the university, I had a couple of really good professors that really inspired me, to be honest. So we're doing like raw PHP back then, like vanilla PHP, which was pretty interesting. And never left since, to be honest. So some WordPress here and there, like a pretty basic projects for some clients. In the meantime, I discovered CodeIgniter as well. And then when Jeffrey switched, everybody switched. So I was one of the guys that also switched to Laravel. Yeah, and never left since version 4. So it's more than 12 years now. That was a great option.
Was there any specific gap which you wanted to fill during your early days, or anything which you were passionate for?
To be honest, so it all comes down to my first Laracon. The first Laracon I attended was back in 2015 in Amsterdam. I went there all alone. Didn't have any. I only had like a couple of clients for myself, so no company, nothing. But I went there by myself. Wanted to meet people, and yeah, the rest is history. That was a great moment.
Great. So now, to the last but not least, Nuno.
What's up, everyone? And yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Nuno, PHP and Laravel developer. I work for Laravel. And, I think my turning point, I was just thinking a little bit about this, and I think my turning point was precisely at Laracon EU, when I was with you, actually, Vishal, when I first met you for the first time. So why that was my turning point? Because that was the conference. So my first Laracon EU conference was the conference that I actually start making friends within the Laravel community, meaning that before that, I actually had a job, but I wasn't passionate about my job, So I was like working from 9 to 5, and probably after that, just doing some video gaming, be with my wife, or just, doing some gym or whatever. But I didn't actually study outside of my 9 to 5 job. And I remember, like, after going to Laracon EU, I start, looking into people like Freak Mers and Dries and Taylor and all those superstars. And I kind of wanted to be like them a little bit. I remember like seeing people on stage and just thinking to me, like, that would be my dream goal. Like one day being in one stage at Laracon, that would be my dream goal. And, after that, I remember like starting making friendships with all these people. And I was studying at night. I was doing Laravel 0 at night. I was doing Collision at night. I was working on all these open source projects at night, and I was enjoying it, just like a video game, basically.
Yeah.
So, and after that, at some point, this led me actually into getting a better job, and led me as well into getting a job at Laravel. So, for those of you who are listening and considering if you should go to Laracon India, especially if you haven't done any Laracon before, you should absolutely go, because this will make you network possibilities that will change your life completely, like they have changed mine.
That's true. I still remember, Nuno, the time because it was also my first Laracon. We both were attendee. We also captured that selfie. Still, I have that picture. And in the tram, you were so passionate. You were talking like Laravel Zero and stuff. So I
Yeah.
could sense that energy. And now, see, the time flies away. And this is what actually community has given to us.
Fuck yeah, feels good, man.
Yes. Perfect, perfect. So I have like a couple of questions, and then we'll move to the next phase. So Eric, first of all, congratulations on 600th edition of
Oh
Laravel
yeah,
News.
yeah.
So would you like to speak anything about it?
Well, sure. I mean, so yeah, so this weekend we're going to celebrate our 600th newsletter that we send out. We started doing this 11 and a half years ago, and it was like, there was, at the time, there was another Laravel newsletter, but I can't remember. I think it might have been Dries or somebody else was doing it, but I was like, well, we need one for Laravel News. So then I just started one just to, for fun. And, basically just did it every weekend ever since. And I basically assemble it in sort of a markdown thing. And I always like to do it by hand, that way I can like pick the what I think is the lead article for the week, put a sponsor in, things like that. So,
Yeah.
It is something that a lot of people automate, but I've always done it by hand every single Friday and Saturday. And just because I love doing it, it feels like it keeps me engaged with the community by doing this every single week.
That reminds me that you just made an announcement about Laravel. I mean, like Laracon, not only Laracon India. Of course, I'll ask that question later on, but about Laracon EU as well. So you'll be doing live streaming. You'll be flying. So what are your plans about it?
Yeah, so yeah, we will be flying into Laracon EU. This will be the first time we've done this, so we're hoping everything works out and works smoothly.
Yep.
But when you watch a live stream of a conference, after every talk, there's like downtime. You have breaks and you have a lunch break, and all these things that is just kind of a blank screen. With maybe some music playing. So what I'm going to do is the plan is to take these breaks and go around and start talking to sponsors, the people that are there, some of the speakers, basically just anybody I can get to come on and talk to me, and hopefully keep the stream engaging and keep people tuned in while the breaks are happening.
That's true. So the reason why I asked about Laracon EU is because you are planning something special for Laracon India as well. That reminds me of the second phase of today's conversation to talk about Laracon India and about experience. So for the other speakers, I have questions in the same regards. But for you, because you are not able to travel this time, but you contributed to Laracon India as a Laravel News. So for an audience, for an attendees, for everyone who wants to be part of Laravel News or being part of the community, what are your thoughts about it? What are your plans? Can you please
That's
enlighten
right.
us?
Yeah, so Laracon India, I love you guys, and like you said, you're just so full of energy. We've met at Laracon US a few times and just had a blast hanging out. And I've always wanted to come to India, but it like coincides with my kids' school. It's just hard to get out, And so this year we tried to do a little something different. We came on as a media partner, and we're going to have a booth set up. We've got a backdrop with Laravel News logos, and then Harris is going to be there, and some of the Laracon India team is going to be there, and we're going to have a little microphone set up, a camera, and we want to do the same thing. We want to get interviews with people. We want to talk to people, and just sort of engage the community, especially the India community, because it feels like India has really embraced Laravel, and it's one of the biggest markets in the whole framework. So it's sort of awesome to be able to not be there in person, but to be able to sort of be there in the community, with Harris and with you guys. So
Just by the way, I think that's brilliant. Okay, because this will probably be controversial, but I feel like talks are like 20% of the experience on any
Yeah.
Laracon. On any
Yes.
on any Laracon, I think like talks are literally 10% of what it really matters. Networking, like being on the venue, talking with people, meeting new people, taking pictures, doing stuff with a bunch of people, and going out of the conference with 100 more friends at the end. It's a real thing, and that's the reason why I want to come back to India after going there already 2 times. It's because every single time I go, I have a blast. I met a bunch of people. I learned a bunch as well. I get energized. It's supposed to be the opposite. Like I'm supposed to go to conference and be out of energy at the end, but this is completely the opposite. Like I leave India in any Laracon really, and I am fully energized to work. To work hardcore. So
Yeah. So,
good idea.
any specific memory, Nuno, you have about Laracon India? Something like from the past, or something which always like you close your eyes, think of Laracon India, and that comes in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I think like the after party last year, it was so fun, man. So much fun, honestly. Like I danced all night, and it was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing, and hopefully we can have some of that again this year. But it was super fun last year, the after party. I remember also like I was telling you this off script, like the venue itself last year, for example. It was super good for networking. Like I think I have met I wouldn't say everyone at the conference, but I have
Yeah.
met probably 90% of the people there. I spoke with everyone. Everyone had like a use case that wanted to talk with me about Laravel, and we were able to share some info together. So yeah, networking was absolutely a blast last year, and the after party too. Those are my founded memories, of course, and being with you as well, Vishal. If I'm honest, I love to be with you. So
Yeah. We have a lot of memories of almost we are gonna have like 10 years of our friendship because
oh
in
yeah,
2016 we met. This is 2026. So let's celebrate 10 years of our friendship this time.
let's do it.
But no, one question, like what do you think, what Laracon India, like you have been to all conferences globally, what do you think how Laracon India is a bit different than other Laracons as per your point of view?
Yeah, I think like in terms of friendships, vibes, I would say it's kind of similar to Laracon EU in US. But what you get
Yeah.
from India is the energy and the culture, especially for people like me that are international speakers. We get a totally different culture, which honestly feels super good because people are
Yeah,
super warm in India. But also like the energy you guys have there, we don't get that elsewhere. So
yes,
so I wanna have some of more moments like that. That's why I'm going again to Laracon India. I didn't
of
hesitate,
course,
man.
of
I told
course.
you, I told you last year, man. Like if you want to have me again, I'm down, like hardcore.
Yep, we
So
are quite excited to have you as well once again. And that reminds me, Harris, are you excited? Like, what are your expectations from Laracon India? You can share right
Man,
now. Take
I'm so
anything, bro.
excited. I'm so excited to be honest to be there. I mean, I cannot comprehend the energy that you have, so I can't imagine how it's gonna be be in India. It's my first time there, and it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have the booth like Eric mentioned, so everybody that wants to get featured or wants to have a chat with me on camera or off
Yeah.
camera, doesn't matter, can come and find me in the booth. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so
I
cool.
mean, like, it is also first time where Laravel News is becoming part of Laracon India officially. So, is there anything which you expect us or from the community? A lot of people are already part of the chat right now. They'll watch it later. So, anything there which you feel that you want us to do it or like being part of your booth, having a lot of conversations?
Um, if you have so many people, like most people than any other conference, I think it's gonna be so cool. I think we're gonna have. I will try to speak to most of you guys.
Yep,
So
perfect.
yeah,
So,
can't wait, really.
yeah, but
And
Harris, that also.
and I've got so many videos from my Laracon Indias, and this has
Mhm.
made me also very very intrigued into that as well.
Great, great. So, there is one specific part which I would also like you to share about the other side of you. That reminds me, we are entering into the third section, which we will speak about community and contribution. So,
Yeah.
can you share like about your contribution in community because you were highlighted in Laracon US?
Yeah.
So I want you to enlighten everybody, like what have you been contributed about the meetups you organize?
Cool. Yeah. So I've been co-organizing the Laravel Greece community. It's been going on for 10 years. Me and
Yep.
my partner George, he's been the founder actually, and I joined like for the past 2 3 years. And we've been running it around like crazy. We have too many people coming in. We also had people from the Laravel team flying in as well. It's been going well. Live streams too. So yeah, all
Yeah. So
stuff.
these are the things. I mean, like, is there any like key takeaways which you would like to share with people, especially someone who
Yeah.
want to do it but are not able to do it?
I have two key takeaways about this. So the first one has to do with people that speak to those conferences, to the local meetups. I think that you shouldn't be like afraid of doing it. It's your chance, to be amongst friends and do that. It's a great opportunity for you to share your knowledge, share your opinions. Find like-minded people. That's pretty cool. And on the other side, for those that you would like, for example, to try it out and organize it, I think you should just go ahead and do it. And I'm sure that even the Laravel team will be there for you, and they will stand for you. They will try to contribute in any way they can. So don't be afraid of that. And if you need any help, just let me know, and I will try to help you as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah. I think like you rightly said that there are core values of Laravel, which always help us to get notified and which always motivates us. That reminds me one question for Eric. For a lot of people, Eric, Laravel news looks so big. I mean, like everyone thinks that yes, Eric is like OG or something like that. But Eric was not that Eric before. Every person starts from zero. So, especially once you are a newcomer, you don't have anything. So, sometimes you overthink, sometimes you overreact, sometimes you lose hope, and then the consistency comes into the picture. So, in this era, when everyone is confused, what are your advice, Eric, especially for the newcomers?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nuno sort of hit it right on the head in the beginning. It's like just putting yourself out there and going to these conferences. For me, it's like, as you come in, go to the conferences, meet everybody, meet all these friends, and then sort of if you do aspire to be a speaker or to be a live streamer, to do anything within the community, just start doing it. And when you go to these events, you're going to meet people and just talk to them, be like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
live streaming today, come and watch. Tell me how to improve, tell me how to do this. And I feel like it's one of the most welcoming programming communities out in the world. So like,
Oh, yeah.
don't be scared to come.
Yeah.
Basically anybody in the Laravel community is nice. I've not met anybody that's just like, I just can't stand to be around. So I think you'll feel right at home just jumping right in.
Yeah, I'm like that is the entry point for like especially newcomers, because sometimes people overthink, they feel like being shy, but the best part of Laravel community is that is so welcoming. Everyone help each other a lot, and this makes the entire ecosystem the best. And that reminds me one thing, especially for the Nuno. We see recently that Nuno, you have been on live stream every day. Like if we open Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you are there. Along with that, you also do programming and you do a lot of things in parallel. So how do you manage everything effectively? And on top of that, how do you make sure that you give your personal attention to everything at the same time?
Yeah. So I think like what I'm trying to do in terms of organization is just not waste time. Like sometime I can tell you my full day if you want to hear. Like I literally
Yep,
wake
of
up at
course.
9:30. I work to Laravel while I have a nice breakfast until 2:30. I go to the gym. I come back to the gym. I work a little bit more to Laravel until like 8 p.m. and then I do streaming from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then if I have anything left from Laravel, I finish it. So what I'm trying to do at the minute is just not waste any time on like useless shit, like video gaming or going out for drinks or whatever. I'm trying to cut that things out of my life completely and literally focus on my career 100%. And I feel like if you put the consistency into anything, you can become good
Yeah.
at that. You will see my very first live stream compared with my last one, for example, is just you go from zero to, is just so different, in terms of everything, setup, lightning, Even my English pronunciation, like over time,
Yeah.
it's just improved a little bit. Being on camera improved a little bit as well. Like I don't get nervous anymore when I come to stuff like this. So you also grow a little bit some of your skills in the process. Um, I think I was always like a focused programmer in my life, a focused web
Yeah.
developer, a focused software engineer. But now I'm also embracing a little bit this area of content creation, which Eric has been doing forever. But I'm just starting. I just started 12 months ago. So yeah, consistency, effort, trying to get better become better every single time. Small wins. You just keep capitalizing on small wins, and over time you just see a huge difference. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like
So
one thing which I would appreciate and acknowledge about whatever you are doing has, not only consistency, but I personally have seen the way you scale up things, your confidence, the way you becoming more practical. I think you don't overthink, you just go with the flow. Like sometimes in the chat, like that, especially PHP bug, like what is happening? That you are in the chat and you are just doing Google. So these are the things, which especially for the newcomers or for the people in community in this time
mm,
has to accept it, because contribution and distribution, they both will go in parallel, in sync in coming time. And this is where my section 4 about AI comes into picture, where I have a specific questions, because if we talk about AI, then we need
Yeah.
like days and days. But there is one specific point which I want all three of you to share about AI.
Mhm.
AI is helping or overwhelming, where AI truly stands for, and what developers should focus. Can you share something about this in the context of AI, which we can start from Eric?
Yeah. So just to repeat the question, make sure I heard you right. You
Yeah, I
said
can do
what
it.
what developers should focus on?
Yeah. So there
Yeah.
are three aspects. There are three different aspects. First, AI is helping or it is overwhelming. Second,
Okay.
where AI exactly adds value. And third, what developers should ignore.
Sweet. Yes, I love this question. So for me, AI is helping 1000%. I basically love AI. And I think once, right now everything's moving so fast. So I'm sort of waiting for the day it to slow down a little bit. Because everything you learn today, it feels like it's going to be different next week, just because how things are progressing so quickly in that space. But I 100% agree it is helping right now.
Yep.
Um, the second one, where it adds value. So for me, like as a developer, if I'm thinking so I use AI more on the Laravel news side because, we do so much content, it helps in various aspects through there. But if we're talking about just developers, I think it's going to help because, as developers, we always have to plan through things and think through them. And then we write the code and then we come back and replan. And then it's just this cycle of planning, coding, planning, coding. And then we get it done. So now I feel like our planning time can be much greater and we can plan for so many more, things before the AI goes and speeds up our coding and makes it, and just does it for us basically. So I feel like developers are still going to be super important because it's our brains, our creativity that is driving the AI. So, you can't just go and be like, hey, create me a SaaS app that's going to make me $1 million a year, but you
Yeah.
can plan different aspects and that's all going to come from you as the developer. You just might not have to write as much code as you used to anymore. So I'm very, very bullish on AI in general.
That's true. I'm like you said it right. Every day new things are keep coming, and sometimes you feel that whether it's overwhelming or what to do, what not to do. So these are the areas where everyone has to be very focused, especially on ignoring something.
Yes, it reminds me of like JavaScript frameworks about 10 years ago. You remember how there was a new one every week that came out, and then it's sort of stabilized on React, Vue, Alpine, and Livewire in our ecosystem. So like I feel it's the
Yeah.
same way right now. We have all these different things moving around. So for me it feels like I want to get just sort of the highlights, the overview, and then I'll start going into one more specifically as the
Yep.
ecosystem stables out. But
I think in the live stream of Taylor mentioned about you that through AI you created the content streamline for I think 13 years or something. I mean, like something like that was there.
Through a say that one more time.
No, no.
I think I
I mean, like
misunderstood.
there was a conversation because that exactly I don't remember, but in one of the podcast where Taylor mentioned about you that yes, AI, especially in the content distribution, is moving so fast, so that Eric has done like for several years, like content stream and everything is created for Laravel News. Something like that was being discussed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think on. I don't think I listened to that episode, so I'm trying to think of the context.
Yeah.
But for like Laravel News, like we're using AI, like agents files or skills files to like, help us write news releases for like brand new Laravel releases. We're using it all over the place within Laravel News itself, so it's been hugely beneficial for us.
Yep. Great. How about you, Harris? What are your thoughts about this?
I really believe that AI is the present and the future. So
Of
definitely
course.
try to embrace it. Don't get left behind. That's my opinion into that, because it's gonna be hard in the future if you don't use AI. That's my honest opinion. Even if you're like an architect, even if you're, I don't know, like a thought person, you need to use AI. That's my idea behind that. And don't get overwhelmed by all the things you see out there. You see Ralph loops and weird patterns.
Yeah.
Just start using something like Cloud Code or whatever tool you want, like a basic tool, and try to become the best at it. That's what you need to
That's
do,
true.
and that will get you a long way. That's my opinion at
So
this point.
are there any specific use cases or something which you have done with the help of AI which has transformed your thinking?
In terms of code, I think that AI has helped me see like patterns or things that I have missed or I might have missed if I didn't use it. So it's great to unveil really cool, hidden gems inside your code that you might have, especially if you have, like a old code base. I think AI is gonna great. It's gonna help you great. And not only that, but if you, for example, you would like to dive into a new project, let's say, for
Yep.
example, that you got a new job, right, and you need to go faster, AI is the way to go. It will help you. The learning curve is becoming so steep at the moment because of the AI.
That's true. So, in the same context, Nuno, I have a different question in the same context because what Eric and Harris has already shared a lot of things about you, but I want you to speak more about 2026 context.
Uh-huh.
So, in 2026, especially taking care of the trend and everything, whatever is happening, what is the biggest shift coming in 2026?
Yeah.
What are the skills which will really matter in 2026? And what excites you and worries you about this upcoming
Okay.
year?
I'm gonna still answer the three questions before because I kind of
Sure.
want to. So, so yeah, regarding AI helping and if it adds value, I kind of want to say something. I think like this is the most exciting time ever to be a developer. Okay, so if any
Yeah.
of you are listening and kind of doubting a little bit if you have choose the correct career or whatever, honestly, right now is the most exciting time to be a software engineer. It's faster to learn. It's faster to create. It's just the AI have removed all the annoying stuff, okay? Because I love creating stuff. I love to express my thoughts and how code should be, but I just waste time typing all those characters. So I feel like AI on that regard helped me a bunch. And I was just thinking, like, you just ask if it adds value and how you use it in whatever. Like even like this week, okay, I'm gonna just talk about this week. I've used
Yeah.
AI every single day for Laravel to produce value on coding. So I was coding all the time with the help of AI for planning. Literally coming to India, I had to do a full talk. I wanted the talk to be as much good as possible. I used AI to help me out with the talk content and to just make it the most understandable as possible. The other day I was trying to work within this new feature at Laravel. I needed to understand a little bit this Cloudflare service, so I needed to learn the service itself, which probably will take me 2 days. And now with the help of AI, it will just tell me need to click here, need to click there. This is how you connect those two services together. So this is the best time ever to be a software engineer, and this is the
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest. Like in the last 10 years, this is the most exciting I've ever been. Because I
Yeah.
can now consume so much faster, and it just feels awesome.
Yeah, you can
Um,
shift faster because of that.
Yeah. So, what developers should ignore? I think you should try to ignore the negativity around AI a little bit. So, if you spend your day on Twitter just scrolling, you know what I mean? Like, you will be filled with negativity around this new
Yeah,
age, you know. And if you just ignore all of that, because if you follow negativity, you will become negativity yourself. So, just ignore all of that. Try to follow more positive people around AI, and you will become a little bit more positive too. This will help you, and it will just become things will become much better. The biggest shift, I think, like every single developer will become 10 times better. Okay.
yeah,
So the things you are doing right now, you will do it. You will do them, but 10 times faster. All your peers will also be faster, like you are. And the biggest shift will be on that productivity. The biggest shift will be in the way that we craft code. So IDEs will change drastically. They won't be about
true.
typing anymore. They will be like Trello, and you just spawn tasks and you see the outcome, and that's it. So your day will be like this. Okay, your day will
So
be like this: spawning tasks, review the code in the work, agentic coding. Period. So the fastest you get into this workflow of asking AI, review the outcome plus the code. The faster you get into this and be productive with this workflow, the more on the edge on being productive with AI you will be.
that's true.
So
That's true. Is
yeah, so
there is there any particular thing about like the future which scares you?
not really, you know. I think like you know, the worst can happen is that we'll become exponentially more creative and exponentially more
Yeah,
productive. So it doesn't scare me a bit. I think like no, it doesn't scare me at all, actually. I'm
that's
just
true.
chilling. I'm chilling on this topic.
I think more and more use cases will happen in coming time, and in lot of videos I keep saying that the world will produce maximum millionaires in upcoming 5 years, especially who are
Yeah.
addicted with the AI era. So I feel you said it completely true, because the future of engineering, if you accept it correctly, then you can not only, it's not about just creating wealth, but the knowledge and thinking approach will get even changed. I personally feel that even in education, the programming language will also not even exist. Now it will become more like a thinker, domain expertise,
Yeah.
architect. These are the areas where I think the future of engineering and developers should exist.
Yeah, I want to add just one more thing. I think, like, especially for those who are like starting now networking, you want to surround yourself with positive people too. Okay, because there is two things
Yeah,
you can do. Like, first one is surround yourself with negativity. You'll be negative yourself. You will be speaking with dinosaurs of PHP, and your life will it doesn't get better, you know. But if you surround yourself with people that are willing to accept all of this and they are motivated, they're energized, you will
that's
just
true.
become like that too, you know. So I would advise you to do that for those who are listening and probably, you know, want to hear some advice on this one.
That's
I
true. I
totally
think
agree with him.
mindset is more important nowadays.
Yeah, for
Yep,
sure.
yep, yep.
Yep. So I think the future of engineering and the future of developers is exactly what we discuss about. So for everybody, the shifting mindset, thinking like a developer versus being an architect, domain expertise, these are the areas where world will move so fast. So will be the future of engineering. So that reminds me, like we'll go to the last phase. Then we'll take a couple of questions answer, and then there is rapid fire, and also we can talk about few other topics as well, because time is the key. We already passed 40 minutes, and for me it looks like just 10 minutes, because I feel the conversation are happening so smooth, so fast. But I want to be part of the human side of you, the personal side of you. In that context, I have a couple of questions. So, on the human side, like when you were younger, do you think something you should have done which you have not done right now, being a younger side? So, maybe anyone can give an answer. Like advice to your younger self,
Yeah,
one
I can
lesson which you
start.
learned.
I can start if you want. So try to be more consistent. That's my key here. In everything you do, if you do something, try to be the best at it. Be consistent. Start small, and just stick with it, and it will pay off eventually.
Yeah, but one, like for example, in your case, Harris,
Yeah.
one advice to yourself or one advice to your younger self which you think right now that if you should have avoided that, then it would have been like different or something like that?
Um, I would say that try to see the good in people, and
Yes.
like Nuno said earlier, surround yourself with positive and
Yep.
like-minded people, and not negativity. No negativity. You can, yeah, you can throw that out.
Yep. For Eric, Nuno, one lesson or something which you think younger of yourself should have done that or thought of.
You mean to go? So for me, I think we kind of touched on this actually when we were talking about Laracons, and to me, it's about the networking. When I was young, a teenager, I never really, I was sort of the typical introvert. I never went out and talked to
Yeah.
anybody. Into my 20s, the same way. Like I just, I had like 3 friends, and then at one point, I was like, let's try something different. And my life has been just, it like went this one way. And then I started networking and talking and all this. And then it just went, it went like that. So that's what I try to tell my kids. Doesn't matter what career you're going into, what job, what anything, make those connections, make those friends, because it helps you get jobs. It helps you, be better at whatever you're wanting to do. So that would be my biggest advice to my younger self is get out there, talk to
Yeah.
people, meet people.
Yeah. And there is a reason why I asked this question, because what we think that we should have done while younger is something for a lot of people, especially for the newcomers. They stuck at that place. So is the reason, it creates a spot in your brain that yes, this is something which I want to do. And later on, I don't want to think of myself that after 2 years that I wish I should have done that before. Time, like Nuno mentioned, time is running so fast. The world is moving so fast. So you have to be part of it. So,
Yes, yes.
Nuno, anything in this context you want
Yeah,
enlighten us?
absolutely. Like when I was younger, I had huge problems with confidence. Like I was a very shy kid. I was very anxious. I was 100 times more imposter syndrome than you may think. I always like in my mind it was always stuff like I'm not good enough. I suck. I will never make it. Like I will be lucky if someone gives me a job. That's how bad I was thinking. And part of this, like I feel like Laracon, not Laracon, but the Laravel community in general have helped me a little bit on this. And what I want to, if I could say to myself right now, 20 years ago, I would just say, no, you can do it. Just put consistency on anything you want to do, and consistency every single day can make miracles. So that's what I would say to myself.
That's true. I mean, like, for you, you feel like you are entire transformed. No. And
A little
that,
bit, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, I must say that that does not excites you only, that excites a lot of people, because sometimes you contribute in a way so that you don't know actually you are contributing, but you contribute in many lives. And that's what, especially Eric being like Laravel News, when he mentioned about 600th article, then he never know that how many people must have thought that what level of consistency is required. The way people see Nuno confident, the way people see Harris like starting as an attendee, then coming as a Laravel News, and now becoming a speaker, that itself gives lot of thoughts to people that now is the moment. It's time to go up, wake up, and just move. We must ship.
We must ship.
Yes,
I
yes.
like it. Love it.
Yeah. So I think like this is still an optional question. I think we cover some part of it, but this is something a bold question, that is there a misconception about open source, community building, or teaching that you feel still requires a honest or deserves more honest conversations in public? I have written it. If you want, I can speak. I can ask that question again. Is there a misconception about open source, community building, or tech that you think deserves more honest conversations?
I will take that one. So I think like if I got the question right, okay, I will take it if I got it right. But I think
Yeah, yeah.
like something that typically make open source projects fail is that they actually forget the go-to-market strategy, meaning that typically when you can be a very good coder, you can have the best open source project in the entire planet, but
Yeah.
if you don't have the right go-to-market strategy, it won't simply get any GitHub star. So this is about, like, speaking with people like Eric and ask you, Eric, if I would just write the article down for you, will you just publish on Laravel News? Means creating a YouTube content, means being public on Twitter every single time and putting
Yeah.
yourself out there even before creating the package itself. So I think that's one of the misconceptions people may have about open source, is that they think it's just about having code and something that works, that's enough. And it's not. Like, you also need to think about all the marketing strategy, having a fancy logo, having a fancy readme. And now with AI, things are way better on this regard too. So you need to think, like, this is 60, if not 80% of the work is marketing, literally. Marketing
That's
around
true.
the package, making it as much sexy as possible so people undeniably want to use it, So that's one of the misconceptions, I think.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, like, you said it completely true, and this was the entire context. The reason why I asked this question, that a lot of
Cool.
misconceptions about open source exist in the world. Like, for example, misconception that something happened with WordPress, so is the reason will happen in other open sources. But these are the misconceptions which people don't talk about. But when you deal with the real world, these misconceptions happens, and then we being part of open source community, we being part of community, we defend them. Those requires honest
Right.
conversation. So,
Right.
anything, Eric, you want to share, or Harris?
I'm trying to think.
Um,
Go ahead, Harris, if you have something.
no, you can go ahead. I'll go
Well,
second.
I don't really have anything. I was just trying to think. Like, I don't. It's sort of interesting because I've been in the Laravel community since since it first launched. I think it was like right
Yeah.
after it first launched. And I don't really remember much drama or anything in our community compared to some of these other
Yeah.
communities.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm assuming this is because of the way Taylor leads the framework. He is the benevolent dictator for life, and I feel like that works because it's I don't know. It just, there's not that much drama in the community. I
That's
feel
true.
like in the community itself. Now, of course, outside communities come in and like they want to tell us how to do things, and then there was some drama, I don't know, 10 years ago now, but all that's been in the past, and feels like the last 5 years has been no drama in my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the beauty of Laravel as an ecosystem. That from Taylor as a founder to the entry level engineer, the platform, the space, and everything is so open. So is the reason a lot of people are hired from the community. The trust has been built even after, being part of Excel. Still, everyone feels the same. And even if Laravel is growing as better as other AI, and still everything is going so great. So, I mean, like, that makes the base community, and that is the reason why, like Nuno mentioned, that a conference like Laracon is a right way and right access to create those positivity and create those awareness around it through it. So, I think we are 49 minutes. I have some rapid fire questions as well. So, we'll go with that. Otherwise, our chat will keep going. So, let me think of. So, do I have my other co-organizers as well in the backstage? Abbas, Ruchit, if you are there, you can come up front as well. So let me check what are, yeah, I have created some.
Abbas
Yep.
went for a nap, man.
So first, yeah, here is.
Oh, here you go.
So yes, Abbas, how are you? You are mute, Abbas. You are mute, brother.
I'm not a pro at this. So, hey, everyone.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
So I'm gonna go with rapid fire. Like, there are three things. First is rapid fire, which I'll do individual level. Then there is second round where we'll do it together, and third round we'll also do it together. So first rapid fire is for Eric. You have to choose one among them real quick. All right, are you ready?
We're ready. I'm ready.
Okay, only 7 points. Start with one. PHP Storm or VS Code?
PHP Storm,
MySQL or PostgreSQL?
MySQL,
Breaking news or deep tutorials?
Breaking news. I love breaking news.
There you go.
Daily consistency or perfect content?
Daily consistency. Nothing I do is perfect.
Yeah. Q jobs or cron jobs?
Ooh. Cron jobs.
Email newsletters or social media?
Email newsletters, 1 billion%. Everybody needs a newsletter.
Perfect. Last, early morning writing or late night editing?
Oh. Late night editing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now going back to Nuno, PHP Storm versus VS Code.
A PHP Storm.
Tasting first or feature first?
Feature.
CLI tools or UI tools?
Oh, CLI, hardcore.
Strict typing or move fast?
Strict typing.
Monolith or microservice?
Monolith, never microservices. Huge mistake.
Refactor now or later?
Later.
Okay, perfect. Now we'll go back to Harris.
Yeah, let's
Here
do
are your
it.
questions. Writing or teaching?
Teaching.
PHP Storm versus VS Code.
PHP Storm all the way.
Short tutorials or deep dives?
That's a hard one. I would say deep dives.
Okay. Learning by reading or learning by building?
Building, for sure.
Video content or written guides?
Video content.
Okay. Laravel docs or community blogs?
Laravel docs. The best.
Last, remote work or in-person meetups?
Can I choose both? No, right? I would say in-person meetups.
Perfect. There is a reason because in lot of options, both are great, but still you have to
Yeah.
choose one.
Yeah, meetups.
All right. We're gonna go in second section. In second section, you have to say one among them. Okay. And it's not like by each, we all have to say it together. So I'll ask one thing, this or that, and you have to pick one among them. Okay. So we do it together. We all have to answer together. Abbas, you are also part of it. Okay. All right. Abbas, you are still on mute.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Tea.
Books or Abbas, you have to be fast, bro.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Okay. Second, books or podcasts?
Books.
Podcast.
Books.
Okay.
Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
Mountains.
Beaches.
Early mornings or late nights?
Late night.
Early
Late
morning.
nights.
Yeah.
Early morning.
Writing code or reading code?
Writing.
Right.
Reading.
Writing good.
Small teams or big teams?
Small.
Small.
Small teams.
Small teams.
Conference speaking or workshops?
Conference
Workshops.
speaking.
Workshops. I think. We'll see.
Okay. Stability or experiments?
Experiments.
Stability.
Stability.
Ship fast or polish longer?
Ship fast.
Ship
Ship
fast.
fast.
Ship fast.
Small wins daily or big wins occasionally?
Small
Small
wins.
wins daily.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comfort zone or uncomfortable growth?
The second one.
The second one.
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
What?
Uncomfortable.
Community praise or quiet impact?
Quite impact.
Impact.
Yeah.
Sure.
Impact. Yeah.
Yeah. Same impact.
Nice. And the last and most important, which connects Laracon, online community or in-person meetups?
In person.
In person.
In
In
person.
person.
Of course, for sure,
Always in
in-person
person.
meetups.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we'll move back to the final. I'll say a statement and there will be underline at last and you have to answer that. Okay. So it's a full statement and at last you have to answer. Point number 1. Laravel changed my life by
I think we should go
Attending the
one by one
community.
here.
So
Laracon
I think in
India.
this we will go with sequence. So we'll go with the sequence. So we'll go with the sequence. We start from Abbas and we'll end with Harris.
Okay.
Laravel changed my life by Abbas.
But by providing me food, house, and car.
Okay, Eric.
Really the same, but yeah, that in the community. In community, it's got to be community. I think.
Yep. Nuno.
By giving me a purpose.
Nice. Harris.
By connecting me with great people.
Okay. The biggest lesson community taught me is Abbas. The
How to
biggest
learn from
lesson
each other.
community taught me is
Yeah, how to learn from each other.
Eric.
Confidence.
Nuno.
Fuck, I wanted to say confidence too.
Ah,
Confidence.
I took it from you.
Confidence. Yeah, as well.
So now for the next question, if the other person already gives an answer, then you have to come with another answer.
Okay.
Harris.
Um,
The biggest lesson community taught me is
learn from each other.
okay. Third question. The journey I underestimated most in my the thing I underestimated most in my journey was, I'll say it again. The thing which I underestimated in my journey was,
Uh,
think about it. It's
that success doesn't come easy.
okay. Harris,
Consistency is hard.
Nuno.
I have no idea. Let me think.
The thing you underestimated most in your journey was,
um, how many things there is to learn
so
as a
many, I
developer?
think.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many things there is to learn as a developer?
I mean,
Yep.
like you underestimated that you can be like a great speaker early days. Like you mentioned, you were like more like an introvert.
Here we go. Yeah,
but you transformed.
yeah.
Eric,
I was going to say, I was going to take it to the business side, like the Laravel news side. The thing I most underestimated, I think, is video content, community building that way, because I've always been sort of this behind the scenes guy. I've never like put myself out on video until like the last year. So it's, to me, I underestimated the importance of video a decade ago, and I probably shouldn't have done that.
So that's what you underestimated, and then that's a part of your journey. That's a well said.
Yep.
Fourth, when people say open source, I think of underline
Laravel.
Eric,
free.
when people say open source, I think of Frig.
Free code.
Free code. Nuno,
Work.
Nice.
That's because you're an open source guy. You create it.
Harris,
I would say Pest.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, last two questions. The one habit that helped me in the most is the world habit which helped you the most is start from Nuno.
Gym. I think physical health is one of my most important things. It's innegotiable for me. Like even if I'm delayed at work, I always go to the gym. Even if I have things to do, I don't care. I always go to the gym because I do know that will just pays off.
Nice, true. Harris,
You need to have good nutrition.
the one habit which
yeah,
one?
Good nutrition. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Good nutrition.
It goes along
Nice.
with the gym, So
True. Eric,
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say the one habit that's most important is a little bit every day of whatever you're trying to do. So for me, like gym, a little bit every day. Health, that's 3 times a day, or food is 3 times a day. But work, a little bit every day. Keep it moving. Don't forget about whatever you're trying to do, and then just build it.
that's creative. I mean, like honestly, this is really a creative answer because you have to have a habit of doing things and doing things on time. Doesn't matter how much or how less you do it, but just do it. So
Mhm.
Yeah, there is an
good creative
expression
answer.
which is you are not what you do today, you are what you do every single day, a little every single day, which
Yeah, that's
fits that
true.
one.
Abbas,
I'm not sure if it can be classified as habit, but I think one needs to be honest at work, and that has helped me a lot.
yeah. So honesty is your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Perfect.
one.
Last question. First thing which comes in your mind when you think of Laracon India.
Excitement.
Excitement.
Yes.
Yeah. Harris.
Vishal Rajpurohit.
Energy, I would say,
Energy. Yeah.
for
Energy.
sure.
uh,
Nuno.
and fun.
Fun. Ah, perfect. I think we already passed 1 hour of time, and there are a lot of people who asked different questions, but I think we are not able to take those questions. But like someone is curious about monolithic, someone is like indoor games versus outdoor games, why no microservices? So lot of questions, but is the time. I think someone says yes. Kaneko mentions that one thing which excites him about Laracon India is Garba. Someone says fire parts. Great. So, would you like to ask anything, Abbas, or like we can conclude with our conclude notes as well?
Uh, just that, I mean, I believe next week, early next week, you all will start your travel. So, how excited are you all to come to India, especially Nuno and Harris?
A lot. Yeah, looking forward.
And what's the one thing that you're looking forward to the most for your India trip?
Meeting the community for my side.
Yep. And Nuno is live stream.
Yes.
Yep. So,
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I lost the question, so I'm sorry.
What's the one thing that you're looking forward to the most for your upcoming India trip,
Yeah,
apart from
so
Laracona itself? Yeah.
yeah, so I'm doing obviously being a speaker is something that excites me a bunch, being with you guys, blah 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 blah. But also like I'm traveling my brother to Laracon, India, so we can do in real life streaming. And what this is
Oh,
about, if gods are with me, if the internet connection is with me and everything, it's that I will be constantly streaming during my 3-4 days in India. So from the moment I leave the room to the moment I arrive the room, I will be streaming all the time. So this means on the hotel, on the taxi, on the venue, outside of the venue, on the party, while dancing, while drinking, will be the entire thing.
wow.
So let's see.
So at the conference when you, I believe, then you'll be streaming, you'll be talking with the people as well, and you'll be including
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
them in your
yeah. That's
group as well. Yeah.
exactly. It
So
means in
people
real
out
life
there, if you
streaming.
want to, so
It
people out there, if
means
you want to get into Nuno's stream, don't forget to come to Laracon India.
Yeah, means in real life streaming because you do what you will be doing even without streaming, but you stream it. So that's the only difference.
Yeah.
So you still have
Yes.
food, you still talk to people, everything is the same. So because the difference is that it's being streamed. That's the difference. So I'm doing that. Yes, if gods
Yes.
are with me.
It's
If
Nuno came all the
Vishal,
time.
if Vishal provides me good internet connection, let's see.
Of course, you'll get multiple SIM cards of all different good internet for sure.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right. I think thank you everyone. Anyone would like to share any last notes, especially Eric, because you are not coming to India, unfortunately. So if any message you would like to share with us.
No, well, I mean, I guess what I want to say is, I love the Indian community, and I really hope I'm going to be able to get out there. Maybe next year or the year after. But it's so inspiring just seeing how many people come out to Laracon India and how many developers are in India who just loves Laravel. So for me, I'm inspired by the whole Laracon India experience, and like I said, y'all are gonna have a blast out there, and I always look forward to all the all the videos and the reels and everything, and I watch Nuno's live stream. That way, I get a feeling of all the event and everything. So it's gonna be
Yep.
great. And then I was going to say, before I left, if anybody had any comments that I did not answer, just ping me on the YouTube video, in the comment section, and I can go check them later today and go answer any, through text or whatever. So, I'm always available, always around. So if you have anything for me, feel free to reach out.
Yep. Thank you, Eric and Laravel News, for your support to Laracon India for becoming one of our sponsors, and we make sure that with Harris and entire team we'll have the blast and best experience. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Harris. Thank you, Nuno. Thank you, Eric, once again. Not only you guys, but all the speakers throughout the week. This is the last stream of the season of Laracon India 2026. We'll see everybody. And in this stream, we talked about community, we talked about learning lessons, and that is what taught me that not only Laracon India, but as a Laravel community is all about care, being consistent, and being with everybody. Those who are at fans, this is the last opportunity because we're gonna close out tickets within 2 or 3 days. Then you won't be able to get your T-shirt, especially of your size. So do book your tickets as a last slot. And ciao, grazia, belle, prago. See you soon, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.